Hello YouTube, BookTube. This is a video that's going to be about me making plans for my channel, and I hope you like and subscribe. I think they would call this an itinerary, but it's probably not the proper use of that word. That happens. Okay, let's go. I just finished a book edited by Bruce Henricksen and Robert Johnson. It's called From the Other World. It's Poems in Memory of Jane Wright. Here's what it looks like. It says, Jane Wright was a towering figure in the American literature of the late 20th century. This book gathers elegies by some of his most important contemporaries, mingling them with poems by a new generation inspired by his work. Each poem stands alone as a work of art, and together they offer valuable insight into Jane Wright's world and his ongoing place in literature. And then Anne Wright, his wife, stated, From the Other World is a splendid collection of poems that honor the poetry of Jane Wright. In every way, this book is a wonderful tribute. I got this book because it is based on a writer who grew up, or was, I think maybe have been born in the state of Ohio, which is where I'm from. And it was generally interesting. It's kind of a lot of play on words, but through and through, it's a blessing or an honor of the poet Jane Wright. So if you're interested in poetry from Ohio or Jane Wright or just poetry in general, definitely check this book out. Alright, plans for my channel. 50% book reviews, 15% autobiographical, and by that I mean me. Yes, I am that my ego is huge, and by huge I mean gigantic. I'm just joking, it's not that big. Well, who knows? 10% humor and 25% HTFK. Okay, how I determine what I read. I enjoy books that aren't usually in the mainstream. 5% of what I read is New York Times bestseller or young adult, about 5%. I don't like young adult books. I feel if I wanted to read a large print book, I would actually get a large print book. I've noticed that a lot of the font on young adult books is very bold. Like, they need that because they wear glasses, I guess. I like books that challenges my beliefs and views of the world. The more it challenges it, the better. I enjoy books that make me think, what if, or how would things go if this actually happened? I mean, what's the point of reading something that I'm comfortable with? If it doesn't challenge my views or my opinions on something, then it did not do its job, either as a novel, a memoir, or a biography. Because every book written by someone needs to make somebody go, okay, what if? What if I was alive at this time? How, if I knew this person's biography, would that have affected my life? And it should. You should read books about people that challenge you. I mean, me reading books about, I don't know, but I like books I don't understand. I like books that are like, what and how. I mean, if something's been read 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, it's probably good, but popular stuff nowadays, I don't have high regards or opinions of it because mass market stuff just doesn't seem to have the oomph that books back in the day used to. I mean, most really quality books were written by people that struggled. It doesn't matter if it's philosophy like Nietzsche or Kierkegaard or Henry David Thoreau. If these guys' books wasn't well written or well received back then, but today they're considered classics, that is like a 2 thumbs up kind of read. I read new and interesting things by new authors, new to me genres. I can't stand authors who literally write the same novel over and over again, slightly change the premise, keep the same tropes, change the title, but it's always the same book, published again and again and again. And then they expect us not to notice. I actually quit reading Robert Conroy's books because in every single book there is always a subplot where people get together. Every time. There's always that romantic subplot, and that just drives me crazy. If I wanted to read a romance, I would pick up a Danielle Steele or a Harlequin book. I do not want to read a romance. I want a book that's alternate history or horror. I actually hope that's, like, a lot of people feel that way. Who knows? Please like and subscribe, comment below, and I look forward to reading your comments.